When we're considering applications, the most important thing for us is to recruit students who are going to have a good chance of succeeding on our degree programs. So since we're recruiting to physics, we expect good applicants to show high skills and understanding within the academic subject of physics. Mathematics is also very important because it's the language that physicists use to describe the physical world. So we expect good students just to be able to display excellent mathematical skills. GCSEs themselves are less important to us as long as the applicants have met the university's minimum GCSE requirements in English and mathematics. What we're really looking for is students who are excelling in their sixth form studies, particularly in the areas of physics and mathematics. So we're looking for high predicted grades in those subjects combined with excellent teachers' references in those particular areas. So what you include in your personal statement is really up to you. It needs to be truthful and you need to be able to back it up. Importantly, it needs to be written in good English as well, because the personal statement is actually capturing and demonstrating your written communication skills. So your personal statement really is there to demonstrate that you've got a very strong interest in physics, that you are stimulated by the subject, that you find it exciting. Many applicants will ask about whether it's absolutely necessary to have work experience associated directly with physics. Now, actually it turns out that it's quite difficult to get work experience which is directly connected to physics. So that's not necessarily something that we assume people will talk about on their UCAS form. So we do an initial sift of the UCAS forms to look at applicants' academic progress, the predicted grades, what the teachers have said about them, and we use that information to define what we call promising candidates. And anybody we deem to be a promising candidate, then we invite them to Manchester for one of our UCAS visit days. Part of that process is for you to find out a little bit more about what we do here, to visit the school, meet a few people, meet some students, meet some academics. But the visit also includes a short academic interview. And normally an interviewer might use your personal statement at that point to generate some initial questions for you. So it's very important that whatever you've written there, that it's correct and that you're able to discuss the background to it and answer any questions that might arise to somebody when they're reading your personal statement. At confirmation, your personal statement might play a role if you have marginally failed to meet the conditions of your offer. Now, of course, if you meet your offer, you're guaranteed a place to study at Manchester. But each year, normally, assuming we've got places free on our course, then we do start to look at students who have just marginally missed the conditions of their offer. And at that point, we read the whole of the UCAS form, go through the references, the personal statement. And so at that point, a personal statement might make a difference to your application. So why do we interview? Well, it provides a bit of an insurance policy. It allows us to learn a little bit more about you. And so if you're in the unfortunate position of not quite meeting our offer conditions when the A-level results come out, the interview notes is something that we use to consider those borderline applicants, and those interview notes help us come to a decision on whether to take those applicants, even though they've just missed our offer. Manchester's a great place to come and study physics. It has a fantastic reputation that it's carried for over 150 years. We've produced many Nobel Prize winners in physics, including the two recent Nobel Prize winners in 2010 for the discovery and characterization of graphene research that was done here on campus. We're a large physics department. We have around 90 members of staff, academics who are teaching and performing research. There are over 200 people employed to help us teach, to administrate the department and to perform our research, and we enroll around 280 undergraduates every year. So we're a large outfit, which actually means we can undertake physics research across the whole broad spectrum of modern physics, all the way from cosmology and astrophysics on the very large scales, down to nuclear and particle physics on the very small scales. And that broad research portfolio means that we can provide undergraduates with a very rich and broad undergraduate curriculum. This is particularly important in the range of option choices that undergraduates have to choose from, particularly in the final stages of the degree programme, where That's one stage behind doing a PhD. You need a specialist to teach those courses, and because we have internationally renowned specialists across the whole spectrum of modern physics, it means that we can provide our undergraduates with a huge range of choices. They really have the opportunity to follow their own interests within the discipline all the way through to graduation.